But if water was over here, it would just fall straight down and never hit the line. And since it would never hit the line, that means it's below it. So if I was going to shade, I would shade over here. Should probably do that on this one too, since I'm using blue for the other side to explain as well. So you got to shade below the line. All right, 2 more to go. This one is one that you can do on your own, hopefully, with the instruction I've just given you. So go ahead and stop the video and try it yourself. It is y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 4. You should be trying these with me, so make sure you give it a shot. Pause, 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 pause. All right, I'm going to assume that you've paused and that you've tried it. So the y-intercept here is 4. And this is like negative 2 over 1. So I'm going to go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. And this line is not dotted. It is a regular line because it's an equals to line. Okay, so there's my line. All right, so now I've got a shade below it. And by the way, there's no fasten rule. So if you're like, oh, is below always on the left? It's not always on the left. It's not always on the right. Depends on which kind of way the line is angled. So on this one, below the line, is it on the left or is it on the right? Well, again, if you imagine water rolling down, if water was on the right, it would hit the line and roll down, and if it was on the left, it would never hit the line. So since the water would never hit the line on the left side, that means that it's below. So remember, below is where it would never hit the line. Alternatively, if you want to do it a different way, you can always plug in a point and see if it works, and if it's true, that's where you shade, and if it's false, that's where you don't shade. So for example, here if I plugged in 0, 0, which is in this orange spot, which I already know to be true, if I plugged in 0 there, it would be negative 2 times 0 plus 4 over here, which is just 4. So on the left side it would be 0 is less than or equal to 4, which is true, so we would shade on the left. But I don't know, I like the water thing better, but that's just me. All right, we're doing one more example. I don't expect you to do this one on your own because it's kind of a weird one. So do it with me, please. Negative 4x plus 7 is greater than 11. So definitely the weird part about this is that there's no y in it, which means that we're just going to have x compared to a number, which means it's going to be like a straight, like up and down line. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. I get negative 4x is greater than 4. And then I'm going to divide by negative 4 on both sides, which means I need to switch my sign because I'm dividing by a negative number. So that's x is less than negative 1. So now, if I draw my graph, here's x, here's y. All right, here is x is negative 1. And if I drew that whole line, it would be a vertical line going up and down, but I'm making it a dotted line because it doesn't have an equals to. A vertical line is literally the only line that water test doesn't work, because if I dropped water on either side of the line, it wouldn't hit the line, it would just go straight down. So now you have to use a little bit of your brain power and think about where would x is less than negative 1 be. Well, let's test out some points. Over here is negative 2, and over here is 0. So which one is less than negative 1? Negative 2 or 0? So negative 2 is the one that's less than it, so that means that that is where you'd end up shading, to the left of it, because that's where all the numbers that are less than negative 1 are for x. And that's it. So again, your homework is right here It is page 379, numbers 1, 4, 7, 10, and 15. You do need graph paper for this, so if you don't have graph paper at home, then print some off from the internet. But you should have it at home because I had packets of graph paper sitting out for everybody. And I don't think you should have gone through it yet, so you should definitely have enough still. And if you don't, go ahead and print some out or grab some graph paper if you can. Okay, well, I hope you guys have a terrific Monday. I miss you a whole bunch. See you soon. Bye.